Hopefully, yeah. Okay, so we got 2 in the stack now. Alright, who just... Oh, I gotta take my evening meds. Okay. Zoom into 100 and look at that. Yeah, you can definitely see the coma in the top left corner. Even around the crescent there. Yeah, hopefully that new field flattener focal reducer will solve the problem. Tonight I was thinking about taking the focal reducer out and just running at f5.9. I'd still have a 4.5 degree field of view. I'm going to boost this up to 1 minute. And then put a 1 minute dark in. Okay, 1 minute darks in. And I'm at a 1 minute exposure time. Let me change that. Figure out what to go to next after this. I got the crescent. Oh, maybe I'll go to the veil next. Yeah, get more into the stack and go from there. I think the moon is up already. I think the moon rose at this. Oh no, the moon rises in about 10 minutes. Oh, 9:22, 7:22 is when the moon rises. Okay. So we're still okay. There's a lot of dark nebulosity up here. I was noticing there's a little dark area around here that I hadn't seen before. Yeah, Rock said he was having problems the other night trying to get Matt's broadcast to log in. He kept getting the spinning wheel. He couldn't get it to stabilize. Oh God, I'm seeing even more coma now at the corners of the field of view at the bottom. It's really showing up more on this tonight than it was the other night with that Optilong filter. You can eliminate a lot of it just by zooming in a little bit. Full frame was 51%. I'm at 70 right now. Oh, great. Well, there's the full field. Let's see if I can find out. Let's see, where is the Veil Nebula? Center. Veil. Let me go right between the north and, the east and west veil. Split the difference.
Telescope slew into target.
Stop the live stack.
Telescope slew complete.
I gotta turn the volume down on Sky Tools. No, there's no way to. Okay. Okay, 1 minute exposure coming up. Let me see if I'm still aimed through the opening. The whole enchilada. Start the live stacking. Now it's a little bit greenish, huh? Lower the green a little bit. Thanks, Rusty. It's a little bit less than 6 degrees. I just hope I can get rid of that coma with the new William Optics focal reducer, coma corrector, field flattener. How cold is it in here tonight? Oh, it's a nippy 57 degrees Fahrenheit. So now I've got the veils. That was the 6th target tonight. What side of the meridian am I on? Oh. After this, I'm going to flip back and see if I can get the Sculptor Galaxy before it gets too far south, because that'll put it behind the neighbor's oak tree. Yeah, even Pickering's triangle in the middle is showing up pretty nicely tonight. Kind of curves down there. I think I even see it kind of extending down. And each part is even showing some nice detail. Time to put one more jacket on. I only brought one more sweatshirt out here. I just got a long sleeve t-shirt on right now. Okay, layer number 2. That's a nice view of the Veil. Well, let me see. Let me go back to let me search for the helix. Oh, Sculptor Galaxy. Let's see. Sculptor Galaxy. Let's go to the Interactive Atlas. Right now it is where?
Telescope slew into target.
Oh, that baby's low.
Telescope slew complete.
It's the blue LEDs reflecting off the dome. And now the blue LEDs are off. Okay. I don't think I need 1 minute to look at Sculptor down in the south light pollution. Hi, Bob. Did I turn the live stack off, or did I turn yeah, I'll turn live stack off. Hopefully we have a Sculptor Galaxy in here somewhere. Oh, Sculptor in the power line. Okay. Bingo. So I gotta try to move those 3 bright stars to about here. Okay, so let's stop it. Let's go to a short exposure, say 2 seconds. Loop. Now did east and west get flipped again because of and because of the meridian flip, east and west got flipped. Okay, that should be good enough. Stop. "30 seconds. Okay. See if we're moving away from the power line or toward the power line. Moving away from it. Oh, and you got the globular cluster 288 at the top, which is actually below the, oh no, 288's, yeah, 288's below it. NGC 288, let me label that. It's a nice big globular right near. Yeah, it's a nice big globular. Okay, we got the power line and Sculptor Galaxy. I'll label that too. Let's see. Maybe I ought to go. May have to go a little bit longer. Sculptor Galaxy. What else is around there? There's another galaxy I thought near the Sculptor Galaxy. 288 Sculptor Galaxy. Oh, I gotta, let me increase the limiting magnitude. No, I don't see it right now. Maybe try going a little bit longer exposure. We're at what, 30 seconds right now? Stop. Let me go to 45. All because of that filter I'm using. .45, apply it, and then go for some live stacking maybe. It's definitely moving away from the power line. Yeah, I got the power line the other night when I went to the Sol Nebula. Yeah, I wanted to get this because it's going behind the neighbor's tree shortly. God. I just did a white balance. Let's see what it does to the image. That is in my worst light polluted part of the sky. Starting to get used to caffeine-free coffee. No, that's a program called Epic Pen. Let's see if I can. There's information on it. There's a free version, but it doesn't allow you to use the keyboard to type in the text. You have to use your mouse and kind of use cursive to write it in. But the licensed version is only 20 bucks. And it allows you to insert shapes and lines and other things into the field of view. It's not a bad little program. Now you can see the power line is starting to block out the globular cluster 288. It's not a bad view. See, there's altitude right now. Altitude 24 and azimuth 143, just about. And you can see the globulars just about behind the blur of the power line. Okay, let's see what else is up.
Telescope slewing to target. Telescope slew complete.
It would have helped if I had stopped the stacking. Okay. Oh, I'm at a 45 seconds too. Okay. Yeah, that I used Epic Pen a lot. I tried the free version, but quickly moved over to the paid-for version. because trying to write with a mouse wasn't cutting it. I don't know what's going to happen with the Andromeda Galaxy with this filter. Okay, so now I've got to move the Galaxy to, move the bright core of the Galaxy to the center of the crosshairs. Well, I drank a lot of coffee, but since the open heart surgery, the doctors restricted me to no caffeine in the coffee for at least 6 months. So, and as much as where did the core of the Galaxy go? I lost it. Let me go to 5 seconds. There it is. I see it now. Just about centered. Good enough. Okay, so stop. Okay, let's see what happens now. I'm at a 60-second exposure. So that was Sculptor, then I went to M31. Number 8 on the hit parade. Okay. Coming up on 1 minute. And let's start stacking those. Okay. Hey, you look at that field of view and you got the whole Andromeda Galaxy, along with 32 and 110. Yeah, my little K-cup coffees are about 50 cents a piece, and I use about 3 of them a day, 3 or 4. Not going to pay a ton of money for a cup of coffee. Okay. Hasn't started averaging yet. Still thinking about doing it. There it goes. Used to, when I was a visual observer, I'd tell people, look for the little 30, 60, 90 triangle, and the star in the corner is actually a galaxy, M32. That looks pretty good. I got 181 images captured already. I might try M33 while I'm in this area, triangulum. Very nice. Well, I'm glad I'm doing this tonight, Jeff. The galaxy's looking pretty good right now. I wanted to come out last night, but I was just beat from the night before and then working in the yard. We'll be burning up limbs in the yard from Hurricane Zeta for a month. Anybody new come in? Nope, still the same. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the M33 after this. And then that's pretty high. Yeah, the double clusters up now. Okay. Yeah, this is not looking bad at all. And you're actually seeing some nice structure in M110. Off to the pinwheel.
Telescope slewing to target. Telescope slew complete.
See, I stopped the live stacking. Let me see if I'm aimed through the opening in the shutter. Yes, I am. Okay. Couple of come on. 10 seconds. Not quite centered, so I gotta move. God, there's no bright stars in here to... That bright star in the corner moves to the center of the crosshairs. That may work. Okay, I'm back. Okay, let's get back. See if I can get the M33. I could always punch up the gain so I can go to a shorter exposure. Yeah, we're going to M33, triangulum. And the moon is definitely up, been up for 20 minutes now. There it is. Okay. Let's start stacking. So that's M33. We're waiting to start aligning and averaging images. With this camera, with the size of the image, it takes a little bit longer than it does with the like the 10C or the 432. There it is. Now it's starting to average. What else is in the field of view? Nothing big enough to really pick up. Andromeda Galaxy. See this? Looked at the whale earlier. May go to the double cluster next, and then Auriga is still pretty low. It's not high enough to go to Auriga. But the double cluster is high enough. Yes. Oh, wait. Which text are you talking about? Bottom right. Yeah, M33, that's Epic Pen. You can change the size of the font. See, there's 5 different size fonts or lines you can pick. You can pick multiple colors. Just pick the green for the name and the middle size. If you want to erase something you wrote, you can click on the eraser and hit it, and it's gone. You can draw lines, pick the color line you want, pick the thickness line you want. There's M33. You can do a highlighter if you wanted to highlight something. You could pick a color. See, it's like a, you can see through it. It doesn't obscure what's behind it. Epic Pen. EPICPEN. Yeah, Rusty Jeff was saying I'm going to get some smoke tomorrow. Jim was saying that filter he was using the other night is not as aggressive as the filter that I'm using, the LenHance. So I could go at a lot shorter exposures, but it won't give you the same amount of contrast as the LenHance. So there's trade-offs. Let's go to we're going to move over by the double cluster, and there from then we'll go to the Heart and the Soul Nebula. So let me stop the stacking. Let me go to the double cluster.
Telescope slewing to target.
Okay. Let's see where it's aimed. Oh.
Telescope slew complete.
Put that key fob down. Having an observatory makes it so much nicer to observe. Having everything set up and ready to go. Oh, what was that? I don't think I need a 1 minute exposure for the double cluster. Stop. Throw 10-second in and see what happens. Okay, there's the double cluster, 10 seconds. Let's go to let's see if I moved it enough. Closer. He's gotten a few donations, not many. Definitely not enough to cover his costs, that's for sure. But all contributions are appreciated. I think that's close enough for the double cluster. And now let me try a longer exposure. Stop. Let's go 30 seconds loop, and let me go back to my dark and disable, import, 30 seconds, open, enable. So I just applied a 30-second dark to the double cluster. Nice. How big of an much appreciated, Russ. Okay, so that's Let me drop down the white to about 200. A little satellite just zipping across right above the double cluster. It's not a bad looking view. So I'm at 219 captures so far. Next domes are nice. They're just a little small for me. I'm glad I opted for this 11.5-foot Explorer Dome 2. I had built a, how big was that dome in New Orleans East? Like a 12.5-foot diameter one out of fiberglass. That was a monster. I swore after building that I would never build another dome, and then when I saw this ED2 introduced at NEAF when I had a booth up there, I decided to get it. It was a good investment. I think from here I'm going to go and try to get the Sol Nebula next. Let me do another white balance. It just 85.76. Let's see what changes. Yeah, thanks for people pushing us to get something that wasn't flash dependent, because flash is going away very quickly. And with that, the old site wouldn't work anymore. Oh, it's dead now? Okay, they did kill it. You know, luckily Rock got this site up and running just at the right time. I think that was what spurred him on, was you and all the stuff you sent him about the death of Flash. He didn't want to take a chance with not having a site. I'm going to center the Sol Nebula in the field of view. That's a nice view of the double cluster. You see that little faint satellite trail. Okay, stop the live stack, off to the Sol. Oh wait, before I go to the Sol, let me center I'm going to sync right there.
Telescope synced.
Okay, I just synced on the double cluster. Now I'm going to slew to the...
Telescope slew into target.
Slewing to the sole.
Telescope slew complete.
I think I'm going to have to go back to a longer exposure for this one. Stop. Let me go to 1 minute. Looping 1 minute. And then let me go to the 1 minute dark. Enable it. And let's see what happens. Yeah, last Sunday night I didn't get the Sol Nebula very well because the power line was right running through it. Hopefully that won't be the case tonight. Out of coffee. Oh no. Well, there it is, right in the center. Actually, it looks like a baby. I'm going to do another white balance and see what happens, because it definitely... Let me see what the next exposure does, because the histograms are not lining up properly. Yep. See, like this is the head, and this is going down the back. This would be like the foot and the belly going into the neck. And I think this is like the mouth right through here. And at the very bottom right, bottom left, you can see the heart. I just raised the black point. Let's see what happens. I'm going to bring over the DSS image from Sky Tools. It's rotated 90 degrees, but you can see it's like standing on the head. So as soon as this gets darker, I'm going to start. Yeah, I'm going to start. Let me see what a few in the stack will do. Like I was telling people earlier, from here to here is 5.82. Yeah, it's a little small refractor with the focal reducer, and this big chip in this camera gives her an incredibly wide field of view. Just I got a little coma to deal with. So I still only have one in the stack. It hadn't started averaging yet. After I get a few of these averaged, then I'm going to put the Heart Nebula into the center. The Heart looked good the other night. It's a lot brighter than the Soul Nebula. Let me stop this recording.